Let's talk, guys. Let's be serious about this for a moment. There's been a lot of things I want to try and get like off my mind, and I think a lot of creators, especially in the YouTube industry, are having this at the minute. It's not quite like a YouTuber's block as it mean, like if you know what I mean, like where we like run out of ideas and we start like copying other people. It's more the fact of, do we want to upload this? We feel like the anxiety and like the pressure of like we need to improve, we need to be better. I feel like a lot of us are going through having serious stress. Um, we almost feel pressured by our community to do better, to keep going, and doing the same content every day of your life for years on end. It has an impact on a lot of people's mental health. And coming up this weekend is World Mental Health Day, and I feel like a lot of people, especially like the content creators, will probably say something on Twitter or post a video on YouTube or whatever talking about their mental health. A lot of people just don't tend to talk about mental health until it actually hits them, because a lot of people feel like they're almost immune to it until then suddenly they're like, it just clicks like that, and then suddenly like, oh, I feel really bad. I feel like really stressed out. I feel like I can't keep going. Like that's because you haven't looked after yourself. I haven't. I never have. I've always been one that's kind of gone, nah, I'll just let it backseat. Just try and power through it. Just power through it. Just power through it. I've never really talked to anyone about it. Ever. Not really. I might have like mentioned it a couple of times, but I've never just emptied my mind. So this is kind of like a first for me, really, talking about like why hindsight is a good thing. Everybody says, "Oh, hindsight is brilliant." It's like it is. Let me just pass you my information, because like I'm only 22. I'm not that old. There are plenty of people that are older than me. They'll probably tell you exactly the same thing that I will tell you. That I'd wish I could tell my younger self. There are loads of things I wish I could say to my younger self, but we can't go back in time. Not yet. Maybe a couple of years down the line, like maybe 50, 100 years later, people might be able to go and travel in time, but who knows? It might be possible, it might not. There'll be one person that might figure something out, but there's, yeah, going off topic, but yeah, I wish I could go back in time. There'd be so many things I would change, so many things that I would just tell myself, don't worry about that. Focus on yourself. Just focus on you. Don't worry about what this person said, what that person said, what this person in your stream said, what this YouTube comment said, what this person on Twitter said. Just move on from it. Most of the time, it will just they're just there to stir the pot. They're just stirring the pot, just to try and get a reaction out of you and trying to make you feel bad for yourself. Like I've had this where someone's just come up to me and just kept going and going and going. And yeah, I'm generally quite patient, quite chill, quite calm. But if they keep going and going, it slowly builds up, and then it'll just snap. One day you'll just snap. You'll either get angry at that person, like really angry, or you'll just break down and cry. I've done both. I've done both on stream. One of them, they pushed me to the point of pure anger. The other time, they just completely broke down and had to stop the stream and just cry by myself because there's no one here. I'm by myself, so I have no one to just cuddle up and cry to. So, which is a lot worse. Being by yourself in challenging situations is a lot worse for you. You might think, oh, I just need some alone time. You really don't. You really don't. You need someone else with you, even if you don't say a word to them and they don't say a word to you. Just having someone else's presence there will make things a lot better for you. I've been down that road of sheer loneliness. It's not a nice path. Like, I'm quite a solo person, as it were. Like, I'm not someone that's, oh, I have to be around people. It's not like I'm introvert. I'm kind of like in the middle. Like, I'm okay with socializing. Like, I don't mind socializing, but I'm not great at starting a conversation. I'm horrendous at starting a conversation. I can't normally think off the top of my head. Most of the time, I start talking about one thing, and literally about 5 seconds later, I'll start talking about another thing, and I will forget completely what we were just talking about. We could have been talking about horses, and then literally the next second, I see something, and I'm like, "Oh look, there's that plane over there. You see that plane? It's got great artwork. What were we talking about before? I can't remember." I'll just be like, "What?" Because that's an overloaded mind. Like, people's minds get so filled up with stuff these days. You forget things that you were literally just talking about. You'll just forget them, and it's just because your mind is constantly going and going and going, and you just can't remember anything. You just completely forget it all. So, just it's okay just to talk with someone. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be someone that you've only talked to once. It could be a random stranger on the internet. Just talk with them. Just talk with someone. Anyone. Like, you can come talk to me. I will. Like, if I have an issue, I've got a few people that I'll happily message and just talk to them. Like, my mod team from my Twitch streams. If I have an issue, if I have like any form of like mental health things, I will normally they're my first port of call that I'm gonna go talk to them. They're great, my mods. They are amazing. I can ask more, but if I have an issue or if they have an issue, if they have an issue, they'll come to me. No big deal. If I have an issue, I'll go to them. Like, it's better to have more than one person's advice. Like, if I just have just one person's advice, they might be saying the complete wrong thing. If I go and ask someone else and they say the same thing, then I'd be like, maybe they are saying something right. So you might be like, I need to go off in this way, go down this path. But the other people are like, don't be stupid. That's a ridiculous way to go. Go this way instead. You might be like, oh, maybe that is a better way. Because sometimes the best way forward is not always the most obvious, and it's not always the most straightforward. Sometimes it's complete wrong direction to the way you're thinking. You might be thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that to accomplish this goal. And someone's like, what are you doing, mate? You need to do this to get there. It does it like 10 steps shorter, but it might be a task that you really don't like doing. But if it means it gets you to your goal, then it might help ease the mind a little bit. And you're like, actually, that is a lot easier. I don't need to overthink it, because overthinking things will basically help break your head essentially. It's just, it causes your head just to fill up with more things and just thinking, and like, just stop thinking, just do it. Literally just do it. Stop thinking about it and do it. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Just go. It's the best way to do it. But yeah, just it's just mental health is can be a pain in the ass. It can be serious pain in the ass. Sometimes I just wish like I could just completely start again. Just completely wipe my mind and start again. Because my head is just full of so much stuff, and I just forget. Like, you can tell me something and I forget it about 5 minutes later, or even less than that. You can tell me something and I will literally forget it because I'm thinking of so many other things. I have so many other things in my head. I'm just my mind is just full right now. It's at full capacity. You can try and tell me something, and I will probably forget it. Like you can be like, "Oh, it's my birthday next week." I'll be like, "Great, okay, cool. We'll see what we can do." Next week comes around. "Oh yeah, it's my birthday today." Really? I didn't know that. And they're like, "Yeah, I did. I told you." And I'm like, "Really?" And everyone else will be like, "Yeah, you told them." And they're like, "Okay, I forgot." I just forget everything. Like I genuinely many times have forgotten how old I am. That's how bad my memory is becoming because I'm filling my mind up with so much other stuff. I forgot how old I am. That's how bad it is. I have to physically count. I'm like, so it's 2020. I have to count back. I was born in 98. Okay, so that means I'm 22. I was like, okay, yeah. But someone asked me the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm 21. I'm like, no, wait, I'm not 21. I'm 22. Because like, I'm born in 98, not 99. 98. But it's just the way it is. Mental health is just, it can really tear you apart. Just don't ever let your mind win. Never let it win. Never let it tell you that you're useless. Never let it tell you that you're worthless. Just like never let it tell you that nobody likes you because that's your brain just trying to wind you up. Just get like if it starts doing that, just talk to someone, anyone. It's better to just let your mind just pour out your mind onto someone. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mum, your dog. Like, just get it. Talk to anyone. My DMs are always open. A lot of content creators' DMs are open if you don't want to talk to me. If you want to talk to someone else, I'm sure any of them will be happy to talk to you. If it's about like mental health, they will probably talk to you. If you're just wanting like something free off them or whatever, they'll probably just be like, piss off, mate. But if they're like, if you're asking for advice about mental health, a lot of content creators will actually reply to you. You can't guarantee on how big the person is that you're asking. Because if you ask someone like, I don't know, PewDiePie, he'll probably just ignore you. But it's worth a try. But just ask anyone, they will help you. Just talk to them. I'm always all ears for you. Just come talk to me. Thank you.